So, as the summer closes and another month in the 2020 pandemic, there's been a lot of things that have crossed my mind, a lot of things that have got me thinking, and I feel like I should address it now and address it to you guys who are watching. And I hope that people, when they see this video right now, another comeback video again, that they can understand where I'm coming from and I don't know. I guess like get a feel for where I'm at. So so as you know, I haven't really been active as much on social media and YouTube. So I know that on Instagram it hasn't really been that affected. I still have like passive, like still pretty good growth without me even saying a word there. I post like here and there on my story, or like when I posted about Chadwick Boseman's death, rest in peace, on my story a couple days ago. So yeah, I mean, but on YouTube, I've seen the analytics a little bit, and and it's really, I know it's negatively affected it, because I know that on YouTube, um, your consistency really affects your success on YouTube, and like the type of engagement you get. I don't really have that many videos on my channel, and of course, I imagine people would get bored, and for me, I haven't really been. I mean, I've been motivated to make a video like this for a long time, like for many months, and I wanted to do it earlier, but I guess it was like my procrastination coupled with like, oh, I probably, well, just like my doubt of, I guess, if it's gonna do any effect, or like just I didn't have time. And I've been wanting to make a video like this talking about why I haven't been really active um, for the last couple of months. And I think some of you would understand this as well with everything that's going on this year. No one, it was very unprecedented. With the pandemic, along with the social unrest that's going on in this country. Not only that, but the economic situation of a lot of people, coupled with the personal problems that people have, and the circumstances that this year has put us in. So, basically, I'm going to talk about them feelings. Them feelings, for real, was like one of the songs that I'm most proud of. And that wasn't like a song that I made like, kind of like with the Doctor's theme, that I made that in a week, and then I released it like a couple weeks later, like I did last year. I made that song 2 years ago. A little more than 2 years ago. In August of 2018, I recorded it, and I was finished doing it. Finished like putting the finishing touches in December of that same year. And I kept it from being released because I had in mind a second album I was going to release, and the second album I was planning and of making. I had already made like a bunch of album covers, track lists, songs, and beats for it too. But really, as the next year went by, I really a lot of things happened. Like, I wasn't doing very well in a subject at my school. My grades weren't as good as they could be. I mean, they were fine. Like, they weren't like completely horrendous, but they were they weren't as good as I could have done it, because my capacity would have been able to accomplish that. So over time, I came to understand that I was putting way too much focus on the music. It was negatively affecting a lot of things in my life. I mean, I made a lot of things in that time. I really am, and I'm proud of that stuff. But at the same time, like, um, it it didn't benefit me in another way, because it's not like I was releasing that. It's not like I always had the time to record, and then the times I had to record, like I record a couple songs after Them Feelings, and I wasn't really proud of them. I mean, they were good at the time, but then when I heard them, they weren't up to par. So they're in the vault. Probably not never gonna be heard by other people, but they're there. Plus, and I made a whole lot of beats, whole lot of instrumentals in that time. It was mainly because mainly for me, to have beats when I was ready to make music again, ready to record again, and they were fine. And I feel like my skill on that has improved. So literally, the gist of it was I came to understand that I was putting way too much focus on the music. It was negative affecting me not only in that and the aspects I was talking about, but also my mental health. Because it wasn't only me; it was like me and my dad, because we're partners in a lot of things, and we were putting too much emphasis on this, and it kind of it was too much for me to handle. Like, I don't, and a lot of people know me. I'm not a very like I'm very extroverted with the people I trust, but other than that, I'm a very shy person. Like, I performed before. I've performed in front of people, and I've gotten more confident throughout the years. I've been able to speak my mind, and when I'm in school, when I do presentations, I even though I feel nervous, I don't freeze in that moment. Like, I can express thoroughly my thoughts in a good way, in a very professional way. But really, people who know me, I'm not a very outgoing person. Like, I'm like outgoing to an extent, but not really like to the point where like I'm always gonna be like that, and then I can handle all that attention. So as the new school year came, when I entered high school as a freshman, I really, towards the end of that summer, I really shifted my focus towards school and making sure my grades were great. And by the end of that school year, my grades were top notch. And by the end of that school year, I mean, like, you know, when we were doing uh distance learning, because when 2020 came in March, the coronavirus hit our area in New Jersey and all that. So, with a lot of people, that would have, in a lot of communities, that would have negatively affected them, because they don't have the resources, and also probably don't have the will to be able to, continue on. And for the first quarter and second quarter of that year, I did pretty great in my grades. I did amazing. Like, I did better than I did in eighth grade, and it's almost like it was like the grades that were on par with my seventh grade year. With my seventh grade year, I did pretty good too. You know, and I guess even now it was even better because of my will and my determination to do something. And when you put your mind to something, you can accomplish anything. And I did that. And even throughout the quarantine, even throughout lockdown and distance learning, I got even better grades. So I accomplished my goal, and I will continue accomplishing my goal through my schooling. And a lot of people would say, yeah, like, school's not going to be a guarantee in anything. And really, it isn't a guarantee in anything, but I feel like it's a thing that can open doors for people. Maybe not necessarily to guarantee you something or that you deserve something, but there are doors that open other opportunities so you can take them. So, with that being said, that's one of the reasons why I haven't really been active on YouTube, active with uploading things. Like, I've only uploaded Them Feelings. I only uploaded Them Feelings, like, I believe in April. And that's basically been it. I mean, I had some, I did some, was a little bit active after that, but then after that, I wasn't really doing much. And, you know, that's basically what it's been. So, the whole hope of the next album, it's not going to come. For everybody who's been asking me, and I think a lot of people already know, that right now I'm just going to be focusing on my school, creating when I want to, like when I feel motivated and when I have the time, and then releasing every once in a while some singles, couple singles a year, maybe one single a year. Really, that's what it's going to be. Because I don't really have that urgency to upload. I don't really have that urgency to like hustle like that. I've already created, me and my dad, I thank God for him because he saw that potential and that talent in me. And he, with his help and mine and my work, we've already created the building blocks for me to continue doing this in the future. And I don't necessarily have to blow up like a lot of other people. I could take it one step at a time. And that in the name of Jesus, we can do. I will be successful. It's just that I don't want to be successful now. Because everything has its time. There's a time and place for everything. And, yeah. Man. This is literally my second take of this commentary, and I feel like I've already done better. Like, I'm way more relaxed. And I don't sound like there's something wrong with me. Yeah. So that's literally what it's been. I mean, recently, like in the beginning of the quarantine, I was really, along with me focusing on my school, I was really working on my music. I've recently written a piano piece. Because using the skills that I learned from this music theory class I was taking at my school, and I think it's really helped me with my music creation. So like, everything works together. All things work together for those who are under God. And I've done that. I worked on beats a little bit, recorded some things. Really, played some piano here and there. But then after that, like later in the quarantine, like it was like probably like late May, I kind of just didn't really want to do it anymore. So I like would play video games after I was done, watch movies, watch shows, focus on the family, I don't know, just things like that. And recently, we started doing this in like, I think we started to do it like in April, I believe, with my dad. Recently, he's been working on creating his online store for the art he does, because he's also an artist of a different kind, but he's an artist, a visual artist, a designer, a painter, an illustrator. That's what he does. And I've been helping him with that. It's almost like, I guess, returning the favor for what he's done. And in a way, I'm getting paid for doing that too. And yeah. So I've been doing that. along with, you know, trying to finish up some work that I had to do. And with all of that, you know, I've been watching all the stuff that's been going on in this country, the economic problems, the coronavirus problems, the political back and forth, the social unrest, and all that. And been watching all of that. I've been trying to educate myself as good as possible on that stuff, really. You know, I really feel like I'm pretty well educated on these things that are going on, so I don't have like this bias that I'm not captured by the division that's really happening in this country. It's not good. So that's been my commentary on things, addressing some things that you guys didn't know, clarifying things, and letting you guys know this is not the end of the doc music type thing. It's just being more it's just reinventing itself. My priorities have changed, and this is still, I love doing this, but you know, there's going to be a change up. That's what's really going to happen. So may God bless you, keep you, protect you, and may He lead you into the truth. And thank you for watching this video.